Guys are reading my mind, but it's an easy call. Their on-ball defense, we've talked about it enough. I kind of highlighted UVU's poor offensive outpour, but let's give the Aggies credit for that. Shooting the ball, the 15 assists to ratio is excellent.
That's that extra pass and stuff like that.
Oh, they're just hitting the open man at the right time. And then, of course, the inside game, we can't complain. We got Davis at 10, and Davis with the Davis brothers have got the 18 points in the inside.
And it's the largest halftime lead the Aggies have had. Ties the most points they've had in the first half compared to Southern Utah. They had the same after allowing most points in the first half last game against Pacific. It's the fewest points they've allowed in a first half, 23. So up by this margin as we get ready to go to the second half of this basketball game. It is Utah State with a 46-23 lead over Utah Valley. Utah Valley will get the ball. Again, they will start the second half with the same starting lineups on both sides, and that means the only guy in foul trouble is Zach Nelson with 3 personal fouls.
And he didn't sit when he got his third. He played quite a bit after that, so
yeah, it didn't take him out.
I guess he's going to be able to play.
All right, the Jazz and San Antonio right before half. Spurs led at 55-40 in Salt Lake. They're also playing BYU and Utah in Salt Lake City tonight. We'll get score updates here as they get started this hour. And Nelson inbounds the ball to Hunsaker. Aggies start man-to-man in the second half, up by 23, matching their biggest lead. Keve Enos out on the right wing, screen from Aird, goes around it, goes back to Aird, drives down the right side, in the air, ball whacked away by Kyle Davis and rebounded by Shaw. All right, it is Medlin front court, trailer Kyle Davis, right side Marcel. He rocks and goes to Butterfield. Butterfield free throw line, get it off to Davis on the baseline to the left. Goes out on a diagonal to Medlin. The Aggies set it up a half minute into the second half, still with that 46-23 halftime lead. Butterfield out on the right. Davis was open down low, couldn't get it to him. Butterfield to shoot at the right angle, drill it for 3. He's the only guy this year who's been in double figures every game. He's only got 5 now in this game.
They're just not close enough to those underground screens that are coming off the baseline.
That's 26-point Aggie lead now. Enos goes low. They hit Nelson underneath, and he misses the finger roll, and we got a rebound foul on Butterfield. It looks like it's going to be. They'll try to keep Aird away from the ball. Spencer gets his second. Ball out of bounds to the Wolverines. Starting the second half here.
They still try to feed that ball into Aird, and he's just having a hard time getting it up over those 2 big kids.
Off the screen, Enos. Aird with the basket, though, tonight did pass Ronnie Price to become their second all-time leading scorer. He was tied with him coming into this game. Hunsaker rocks and shoots in a 15-footer on the left. Kind of lowered the shoulder, little ball fake with it, and then put it in. He's got 9. Actually 10 now, 49-23, so that's 10 for Holton Hunsaker. 24-point lead, Medlin over on the left. Enos on him defensively, and Medlin got it going in the first half and got the Aggies going. Marcel on the right. Lob, Shaw's got it underneath and never came down with the ball and scored it off the glass.
Oh, that's a nice shot. I like that, Roy.
51-25. Great assist by Marcel way up high, and Shaw never came down, banked it off the glass. He's got double figures. 3rd Aggie there. 2 on the inside. Mitch Bernil against Butterfield on the left wing. I used to go to school with Mitch Butterfield. Okay, Here's a pass from the free throw line. Aird underneath the Brunel, who goes into the key, hangs and puts in a wild hanger. Went way up over the top of the alley-oop shot.
Shot it back across the grain, almost overshot the basket.
51-27. The one thing you knew about Mitch when he played for the Aggie, he could jump, very athletic jumper, and had his moments of shooting. All right, Medlin, top of the key. Comes back on the right to Butterfield. Screen Kyle Davis. Butterfield drives Brunel under the basket. Finds Medlin. Open in the left corner for 3. Got another. Medlin saying, great pass to me, Spencer. Yeah. He just passed Nate Williams and went now to number 28 on the all-time Aggies charts with this one tonight. 54-27. The Aggies have doubled the Wolverines now. 17.5 to play. Second half. Air down to the left side. Down the middle and over on the right, Zach Nelson. Hunsaker looking for the lob to Baird. He gets it over the top, and Kyle Davis on the backside knocked the ball out of bounds.
Well, he can't get anything off between if it isn't Davis.
They called the foul on Kyle Davis.
Oh, I think
the outside guy called it. The inside guy who watched it didn't.
I think the referee's making up a little bit to Hunsaker. He's been barking at him.
And then they said he was in the act of shooting. He never caught the ball, really, did he much?
He's going to shoot it from his knees, I'll tell you that.
Okay, Ben Aird at the foul line. Ben is a 75% free throw shooter, so got a pretty good touch up there. He was a preseason first-team all-WAC player. He misses. Boy, they're just struggling all over the place.
They are, aren't they? They don't look comfortable. It looks like, wonder if it's been test week down there. They look like it.
So Kyle Davis got the foul. Stu Morrill talking to him right now as he brings in Jalen Moore for him, I guess. And the free throw in by Aird. So Aird has got 5 points in the game, 54-28. So now Jalen playing the 4 spot for the Ags. Medlin runs over the left side. Garrity now in the game for UVU. Butterfield out on the right. Down the middle is Jared Shaw, goes over to the left to Marcel Davis. Now here's Butterfield out front. Butterfield picked up by Aird on the switch. Butterfield yo-yos to the right. They got Bruneel down there on Shaw. Shaw waits. Now he rocks into Mitch. He turns around. He puts it in for 5. Turn around, one-hander with the rope.
Taking candy from the baby. He was getting nervous about what am I going to do with this little kid.
28-point Aggie lead is now their biggest. They've doubled them again, 56-28. Zach Nelson down the middle, Aird goes over on the right to Garrity. Garrity down the middle to Hunsaker. Hunsaker fall-away runner is good. That's a 2-pointer right on the line left side. He's got 2 baskets this half. 12 for the game, 56-30. 12-point game. He shoots more than anybody on the team. Hunsaker does. He came into the game this year shooting 30%, 29 from 3. Medlin goes back to Jalen. Over to the left to Butterfield. Back to Jalen. And there's a 3 open, but there was a whistle away. Foul on Nelson will be his 4th foul. So Zach Nelson, 6'7" freshman, with his 4th foul. And now Brandon Evans checks into the game for Ben Aird.
And they're going to leave Nelson in.
And now Hunsaker saying the foul was on Aird, not... Oh, the foul was on 34. It was on 34. Okay, so Michael Irving said it was on 21, and now he changed it and goes to Aird. So the foul was on Aird.
They didn't want Nelson to have his 4th. Hunsaker says, put it on the other kid. I'm bringing it out.
There's a 3-point on the inbounds play to Butterfield. Missed it. Shaw with a rebound foul.
I like that. It's one of the best plays I've seen Jared Shaw do. He threw somebody on the ground. I like
Going
that.
for a rebound. A&W again, they have 2 of the favorites. The Big Blue Special, that famous Aggie coaches show on Monday night, too, with Stewart. One of the assistants will be there at 6:05 on the Aggie Network. Come join with us. You can get some A&W root beer. One of their root beer freezes or floats will be one of their combo specials. You can upgrade your drink. They always have that Monday night special on the single Papa combo. Go inside to Nelson, backs in on Shaw, throws it out of the key, finds Bruneel. Mitch, free throw line back pass to Garrity. Shot clock at 18. Aggies lead by 26. Hunsaker down low, finds Nelson, put it up and in. Nice play.
Yeah, they finally got a high-low with a little of our stuff, but it came from that point.
Only the second basket for their leading scorer, and it's 56-32. 24-point lead for USU with 15:40 to play. Aggies have led by 28. Marcel to Moore. Next dead ball will be a timeout. It should have been a foul as Medlin got the pass, and then he finds Moore. 15-footer good by Jalen.
Yeah, that's a pretty shot, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Nice high jump shot.
Yeah.
58-32. Ags up 26 again. We have 15:20 to play in the ball game. All right, Hunsaker across the timeline. Between the circles, left-hand side, Zach Nelson. Down the middle, he finds Evans. Goes way over to the right to Hayes Garrity. Garrity pass it low, and the man gets away and banks it in, and I couldn't see who it was. It was Zach Nelson again.
Zach Nelson again got by Moore. Moore tried to kind of go over the top.
I had players and everybody stood in my way. I couldn't see the finish. I saw it bank off the glass, 58-34. All right, about 15 minutes to go. Butterfield at the point, lobs for Shaw. Bad pass by Spencer. He tried to poke it free, and it's picked up by Bruneel. Bad turnover for the Ags. Get it to Hunsaker front court. Hunsaker zip it over here to the left. The ball was deflected, but grabbed by Garrity. Goes into the key. He hangs. He puts it up, and he got the foul on Butterfield on the drive. Butterfield's the first Aggie with 3 fouls, and we have a timeout with 14:40 to play. USU with a 58-34 lead over UVU, and this is the Utah State Aggie Network. And we congratulate Jordan Stone being our Scholar Athlete this week from Full Court Floors. Their quality and service will floor you at Full Court Floors. The Smithfield Junior basketball player, a 3.03 GPA in statistics and actuarial science. He's our Full Court Floors Scholar Athlete. You know the Matt Wells announcement that he is the Coach of the Year in the Mountain West? He joins Urban Meyer, Gary Croton, and Troy Calhoun in the history of the league as only the 4th ever to have it in his first year of being Coach of the Year.
Very good.
His debut. And Tyler Larson is a 3-time first-team all-conference selection The only other Aggies all-time who've done that are Kent Ryan, Murray Mon, Ralph Mon, Guy McClure, Dave Caressa, Brent Passy, Emmett White, and Bobby Wagner.
Those are some big names in Aggie lore, aren't they not? That's going back a ways. My generation. Be careful.
One of my PE teachers was in there. Murray Mon.
Murray Mon.
Free throw good by Garrity for Utah Valley. Again, the Aggies leading the Wolverines 58-35 here with 14:40 to play.
Actually, the Wolverines have started off a little better. They're shooting 83% like we are at start the half.
And that won't make Stu happy if that starts to happen more and more because he wants his guys to dig in and play a whole game. 58-36. Utah Valley brings it back to 22 after being down by 28. Marcel Davis out on the left. Danny Berger is now in the game. And Jordan Stone, our scholar athlete from Full Court Floors, checks in first time. He's trying to get free underneath with Evans. And we got an Evans foul holding on to Jordan Stone.
Foul is on number 20, Brandon Evans, his first.
See the second team foul on UVU, this half ball out of bounds. Evans wasn't going to let Stone go through. Stone, when he wants to come through, you're going to have to let him eventually. You're going to notice that.
You can't.
Him out of the ball to Medlin, and Medlin gets it back and fires short from the left-hand side. Rebound, though, Jordan Stone, knocked out of bounds by Utah Valley Evans as Jordan thought he was going to get it. So the Aggies will get it back, still leading by 22. Fresh 35. That's only Medlin's second miss tonight. 5 for 7 with his 18. Marcel looked at the back. Oh, Jordan was there. But now he'd gone over to the right and goes to Medlin, and Medlin drives into the paint, stops and comes back to Marcel on the angle. That'll be set up for the Aggies. Jordan Stone comes out and screens for him. Marcel probing at top of the key, turns around, goes low with a pass to Kyle Davis, spins around, banks it way short. He thought he was closer to the basket than he was, and he didn't have a high enough.
No, flipped it under the rim. He was just going to squirt it up there.
Hunsaker brings it up, goes back in the corner to Garrity, who drives. Cut off on the left-hand angle, goes back to Hunsaker, set it up. Still 22 up, Utah State. 13:50 to go. Hunsaker runs it over to the right. The Wolverines, again, a new member of the Western Athletic Conference this year as the Aggies left that conference to go to the Mountain West. Shot clock at 10. Garrity working on Marcel. He drives on Marcel. He puts up a wild shot. He got bailed out. Called the foul on Kyle Davis, and Stu Morrill saying,
yeah, let him have that.
He puts up a bad shot, don't foul him and bail him out. And the Aggies did.
It's so hard to step back and watch that wild thing go up, but, they're playing hard. I don't mind that.
Yes, Seattle University has the best record right now in the WAC, 6-3. Yeah. Grand Canyon's 5-3. New Mexico State 7-5 as the free throws in. Cal State Bakersfield's 5-5. Chicago State's 4-5. Utah Valley 4-5. Idaho's 4-6. Texas Pan American 4-7. And UMCKC, Missouri Kansas City's 2-6.
Wowie.
Garrity makes both free throws, so they're starting to make hay at the foul line.
It's an interesting whack.
Only 3 returning teams from last year, and now after next year, Idaho leaves, so there'll only be 2.
Yeah.
Seattle and New Mexico State, and Seattle's only in their second year in this year.
That's right.
It's a 20-point game after it was a 28-point.
They're battling back a little bit. They're making some foul pitches.
Danny Berger on the right. Berger left-hand side pass to Medlin. Kyle Davis comes out and screens for Preston. Preston turns around. Still got the ball. Comes over here to Rowland with 14 to shoot. Now it is Rowland penetrating. Back pass to Danny Berger. Yo-Yo with 9. Berger over here to the right. Gets a screen from Davis. Goes back to the left into the key. A one-hander on the move. Won't drop. Rebound. Stone fights. Gets it. Stone throws it back out front. Threw it off of Medlin and was saved inbounds for a minute by Michael Irving, but they couldn't quite save it.
He tried to help, but it came off of him finally.
So the Aggies get the rebound and throw the ball away. That's the 5th turnover to this half. Still a 20-point game, and the Aggies had the 28. Now they're down to only 20 with the lead. Garrity out front. Hunsaker runs around to the right. Rowland gets over there on him. Now Hunsaker outside the arc. Skip it cross court. Find Brunel. 3-pointer on the left. Good. No, it rattled out. Rebound comes to Davis. Boy, that looked good from Mitch Brunel.
Yeah.
Bring it up to Tennell. Trailer is Davis. Right-hand side Berger. Danny free throw line. Back pass to Tennell Rowland. Now Berger goes over to the left. Aggies run a play as Medlin goes down, runs around a screen to the left side, gets it off the curl, turn, shoot for 3, miss this time. And then Stone had the rebound slapped out of his arms. So Stone gets another rebound and a turnover. And then Holton Hunsaker brings it up, goes into the paint, throws it low to Brunel, puts it up, and the foul is called on Stone as Brunel missed it.
Brunel is just forcing everything. He's shooting everything so hard. He just needs to back off a little bit and be the relaxed player that he should be. But
and then Stone's had 2 rebounds and then gets the turnovers right after.
Away, yeah, he's just not protecting the ball.
So Mitch Brunel will shoot 2. They're starting to make it at the foul line.
Yeah, the foul line's really the difference. And they're Field goal shooting percentage is up this
They're
half.
starting to make the Aggies foul them more. The Aggies defense is lagging a
A little
bit.
more aggression. They're penetrating not all the way, but then they're getting the dish down inside, continuing the penetration. So
Brunel now with 4 points. And now Shaw's back in for Stone. 12-10 to play, and it's down to 19. It was 28. The next one by Brunel, perfect. It takes it down to an 18-point game. Rich Brunel 5 for Utah Valley. Had 5 for the Aggies against Utah Valley 2 years ago, and it's 12:05 to play in the ball game. Utah State by 18 at 58-40. Danny Berger, free throw line to Jared Shaw. Turner of 16-footer by Shaw, no good. There was an open shot and a rebound foul. We're staying here. It's going to be a foul on Brunel as he fouled Kyle Davis. So the Aggies will get it out of bounds. There'll be immediate timeout with 11:57 to play, and the Aggies on a little bit of a lull here. They're only at 58. They lead at 58-40 over Utah Valley, and this is the Utah State Aggie Network. Second half is now 17-12 for Utah Valley, so they've already almost scored as many as they did in the first half, and we still have 11:57 to go, Coach.
Yeah.
And they had 7 turnovers the first half. They have none this half, and they're getting 5 of 7 shots in, plus they've been to the foul line already 8 times.
8 times the foul line, shooting 71% from the field this half, 87% from the foul line. Cut down their turnovers. They're making a game out of it, but the hole's kind of deep. The Aggies will come back a little bit.
Decisions made locally at Cache Valley Bank as they sponsor our stat update. Yeah, it's 8-0 Utah State in this series. We mentioned the different stats there from the Mountain West Conference so far and where they stand with standings and all. Again, this is the last game for the night. So Air Force beat Riverside today. Fresno lost to California. Nebraska-Omaha won at Nevada. St. Mary's won at Boise State. UNLV won at Southern Utah, and then Kansas 80, New Mexico 63, the final in that game at Kansas City. That's the conference up, and the road to the title. The Mountain West Conference is always brought to you on the Aggie Network by Northern Title. Again, Aggie fans like no others, and they bring you the look at the conference and the stats from Cache Valley Bank. We inbound the basketball to Jared Shaw. The Aggies go way out front to Berger. Now they set it up with Rowland. Aggies had a 28-point lead. That was back about 5 minutes ago. Rowland's open. Three-pointer on the left. No good. He had 2. And Kyle Davis gets the rebound. Goes back to Medlin. Utah Valley now sets up their man-to-man defense.
This is our most experienced lineup we can almost get in the game. We've got 4 seniors and Davis.
All right, Berger drives the baseline underneath, goes underneath and gets stripped of the ball as he's trying to get it in. He gets forced out of bounds, and the foul is called on Chad Ross. That'll be his first. 14 fouls now on the Wolverines. Evans comes in for Aird with 11:29 left. Aggies out of bounds with the ball again. So another shot missed, but the Aggies got the rebound. Now the Aggies do have a 25-14 rebound edge. Dribble drive Rowland. Throw the ball right back to Hunsaker. Bad turnover. Now get it off to Garrity. He drives down. He goes into Medlin, and Medlin's moving, so he'll get the foul.
Yeah, he sure was. That was lazy. See, that's the kind of play we saw a lot last week. He needs to either get out of the way or he needs to establish it and stand there.
So the Aggies got real tough in the first half with everything and got it done, and now here in the second half, it hadn't started off well in the first 9 minutes.
No, it's kind of that lackadaisical defense a little lazy with the ball, and missed shots kill you, Al.
Yeah, they do. And again, take a little bit of the momentum away from you.
Sure do, yeah.
Now all of a sudden, Garrity missed his first one. Now he's made 6 in a row at the foul line, so he's making his points there. He has 11 off the bench.
Yeah, see, and that's aggressiveness. 11 or 8 free throws.
See, I jinxed him right there.
Boy.
There
Good.
we go.
Okay.
He missed it, and Jared Shaw boards it. 58-42. It's 16-point lead. Now it's 58-41. They got the scoreboard right. 17-point lead for the Aggies. 11-10 to play. Berger on the left on Brunel. Medlin out front. Medlin's had a couple looks this half that he thought he was going to make. He didn't.
Jared Shaw has got a big advantage on the inside. He's
Sure
got
does
Evans
on Evans. Here's Rowland probing top of the key. Kyle Davis has Hunsaker on him. Over on the left. 5 to shoot. Berger drives on Brunel. Backs away 16-footer. Good by Danny Berger. The end of the shot clock. Good job. Berger has 5.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
Stopped a little run by Utah Valley. It's 60-41. Now Brunel way down underneath the basket. He's double-teamed on the baseline. Gets it out of there. Goes back low now. Ross down there. Couple dribbles, gets it out of there, and comes back out to Hunsaker. 20 to shoot. 60-41, USU. Between the circles, Garrity. Over here to the left, Hunsaker. Long launch for 3. Got it. He was lined up to shoot it, too. So Hunsaker,
16 point.
60-44. It is a 16-point game now.
Yeah, they're just chipping away at us right now a little.
They made back 12 points in the last 6 minutes. Here's Medlin giving it back to Davis on the pick and roll, and he shorted it, armed it to the basket, but he got fouled on the drive and got bailed out by the call because he missed the lay-in.
Oh, he didn't. I don't think he got touched.
Nope, I don't think so either.
I think they turned him loose and he stuck it in the corner.
Yep, he didn't get it to the rim. He got stuck between the rim and the backboard. It just stuck there, but now Kyle Davis will shoot 2 free throws.
He's had a tendency, a little bit like Jordan Stone last year. He wants to put it up so quick, and he doesn't put it up high enough and soft enough. You know, the kind of the quick type deal.
Kyle now at the free throw line has made 3 for 3 tonight. He came in only 58%. So Medlin out and Butterfield in for him with 10:03 to go in the ball game. And the second for Kyle Davis is good. He's 4 for 4 at the foul line, 14 tonight. Plus Davis has 6 rebounds tonight. 62-44.
Another factor that we haven't talked about is they've slowed down Medlin just a little bit.
Yeah, they have, and then Preston missed a couple open shots, and now he's gone out. Brunel on the left side, Berger on the D. He drives him, pushes him away with a little forearm. No call, man. The ball went through Ross's hands, but grabbed back by Hunsaker. And another three-pointer by Hunsaker, and this time missed, and Kyle Davis boards. Gets it off to Rowland. Aggies by 18 with the ball. Rowland brings it down the right. Pull up, shoot the shot, and make it. 2-pointer on the right angle.
It's only a matter of time, and that shot will come back here in the Spectrum.
Now it's 64-44. Aggies take it back to 20, and a timeout, Utah Valley. With 9:24 to play, it'll be a full 60-second coach's timeout. Aggies with a 64-44 lead on UVU, and this is the Utah State Aggie Network.
Just bring your basketball ticket stuff to the Logan branch at 1610 North Main.
What's Utah doing to BYU?
21-6.
They just missing, no? John? You watching any of that?
Serving the LDS community since 1955.
Okay.
There's no better place in the valley to get the Christmas tree than at Tony's Grove. You get it wrapped to avoid all the mess, and a free stand again for beautiful floral arrangements for your Christmas parties. Think of Tony's Grove. Scoreboard update right now. San Antonio leads the Jazz 61-52, 7:48 to play third quarter. And at the Huntsman Center in Salt Lake, Utah off to a 21-6 lead on BYU. They just told us a few of the stats, and you can see why. BYU hadn't made a three. They're 2 for 6 at the foul line and shooting horrible to start the game.
Boy, shooting affects all good teams, doesn't it? When it goes in, you're awfully good.
Well, when you're a fast-paced team like BYU, if you're not making some baskets, wow, in that run, you could have a tough time. So they're 12 minutes and 17 still to play, and it's 21-6. That's still early, but Utah with a nice lead on BYU. Utah's much improved this year.
Much improved, yeah. They got a nice recruit in that Wright kid that's really a nice
really good
athlete.
player.
He's a
and Leverage has really played well as a sophomore.
Yeah, really.
He was a good freshman. And the Aggies recruited him hard, too. All right, Brunel out on the left side. Comes around Sean, passes to Nelson. Nelson, one dribble, goes to Garrity for Utah Valley down here by 20. Garrity out front, leaves it now in the angle. They take Hunsaker out for just a moment here to get him a breather. Dribble drive by Brunel with 12 to shoot. Off on the side of the key to Evans. Backs in on Shaw. Out of the key, passes the ball. He's still in there. Now they get it off to Enos. Enos drives into the paint. Slips it low. Brunel reverse lab, missed it. Rebound comes off to Butterfield. Butterfield brings it to the right. Goes left to Berger. Berger steps to the corner and goes to Kyle Davis. Kyle down the right side. Ball poked out of there. And did it go off to Kyle Davis? It did, yep.
Yeah,
they poked it off him and it went off his hip. The Aggies now have 8 turnovers, and they only had 3 at the half.
Yeah, they're just not as efficient.
Now Jalen Moore in for Kyle Davis. One thing Kyle's got to get better at when he's got the ball in the court, he's got to be a better guy with the basketball, stronger with it and pass it better. And
needs to work on his dribbling in every aspect.
Down low, though, he's been good.
Yeah.
Tonight, 12 and 7 again for Davis. Another good game for him. Up the sideline in the corner, Enos, who's a three-point shooter, but Moore got there. Still a 20-point Aggie lead with 8.5. Garrity running the point with Hunsaker on the bench. Brunel's out on the left side. Go down the middle to Nelson. Quickly to Garrity. Drives into Shaw. Spins around. One-hander from 10. Won't drop. And Berger gets up there and gets a big rebound. Gets the ball off to Marcel Davis. Marcel to the left. Butterfield. Corner Jalen. Wanted to go inside. Goes diagonal. Berger for 3 on the right wing. Short. Rebound off to Garrity for Utah Valley. I thought he was going to make that one, Berger. Good
shot, though.
Diagonal pass from Moore. Found him. Now a launch by Evans for 3. Air ball almost. Brunel fights, gets it, missed it in front of the basket. Rebound comes down to Jalen.
Brunel's playing awful hard, but he's not getting much done.
All right, down to Butterfield. Three-pointer on the right by Spencer, and it goes up over the top of the backboard out of bounds, and we'll have a timeout. So Butterfield hasn't shot it as well the last couple of weeks. And we have a timeout with 7:46 to go. It's the Aggie 64, Utah Valley 44, and this is the Utah State Aggie Network.
Jared Shaw is
And one of the real stats for Cache Valley Bank I want to talk about here, Coach, right now, is in the first half, the Aggies hit 6 of 12 threes, and they just got it out of transition. They got good shots. Now, all of a sudden, this half, they've had some open threes, and the reason they're shooting 44% in the second half is 2 for 7 from 3. They're relying on too many threes.
Too many threes.
And you were just telling them, going to the break, Jared Shaw wanted the ball.
Jared Shaw's been posted up against Evan, who's 6'5", Evans, and he's wide open, and we're not looking. We're pulling up and shooting the three. Butterfield, Medlin, and Berger are three that I can remember that just kind of pulled up a little too quick. So it's back to that passing. Take what they give you. Right now they're giving up the middle a little bit. Look at this lineup inside. They don't have anybody.
Yep, they're not playing aired right now.
No.
Hunsaker is back into the game, and Garrity went out. Yep, he went out of the game. All right, so again, Cache Valley Bank, if you're in business, you should get to know Cache Valley Bank. Preston Medlin will be in next dead ball. We're at 7:42 to go. Nelson over here on the left on Jalen Moore. Aggies still up by 20, have led by 28. It got back to 16. Now back to the right to Enos. He goes low to a posted Nelson on Moore, and two freshmen there, and Jalen Moore got beat, and then he went around him, and then he fouled him from the side.
Yeah, just don't go for the fake, Jalen. He really went for the fake across the middle.
So now all of a sudden Zach Nelson has 4 baskets in the game, 3 this half.
And you know where they are. They're kind of down low in the short post.
So now Berger goes out and Medlin in for the Ags. So it's Butterfield and Medlin on the wings, Moore and Shaw inside, and Marcel Davis at the point.
Last week's starting lineup right here.
Free throw by Nelson for the three-point play the old way. No good. It's slapped away by Evans to the corner, grabbed by Medlin. All right. Preston front court, right-hand side Butterfield. There it is into Shaw. He puts it up and in. Easy.
How easy is it?
So Butterfield with his 6th assist tonight. That, I believe, is a season high. 66-46, Ags by 20. Garrity off the bench, fires the 3 and makes it. They got it down the sideline and nobody was with him.
No, we're spread out with that little pressure right now and not covering the deep corner.
Now it's a 17-point game, 66-49. All right, with 6:55 to go, they throw it to Butterfield out front on Enos' D. Now they find Jalen Moore off on the right. Here comes Shaw through. Evans on the D. Now Medlin comes back to the right side. Medlin looking low. Finds Shaw again. Rammed on.
The more they feed the beast, the easier the shot. That was a 1-incher.
68-49. Down the sideline, Garrity for another 3 again. Missed this time. Rebound slapped by Medlin, grabbed by Shaw. Now to Marcel. Marcel up the right, goes all the way down on Hunsaker, gets the foul, wouldn't drop in on the drive. So Holton Hunsaker with his 2nd foul of the game. Marcel will shoot 2 free throws.
That's almost a given. When you go to the bucket, you're going to get fouled. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind
Nowadays, the way the emphasis on the rules,
Yep.
Re-emphasis on moving. Guys, anybody who's moving can't control the other guy, can't bump, can't hit. Marcel short on the free throw. It's only the 2nd Aggie miss of the night at the foul line, and that's their first free throw of the second half. And Utah Valley in the second half has already taken more than 10.
Yeah, see, that's just the difference in aggression.
Marcel makes the second. So Marcel with his first point of the game. He had 17 against UVU last year. It's a 20-point lead Aggies with 6:20 left. 69-49 in the Spectrum. All right, Garrity out on the right there, leading scorer tonight. 14 for him, 15 for Hunsaker. They're the 2 leaders. Dribble drive. Nelson collides with Shaw going to the basket, and Shaw get the foul.
That's just what we were talking about. Shaw was there a long time, but he just jumped up and all the contact initiated by the offense, and it's still the call.
So now Zach Nelson will go to the foul line. He is a struggler at the foul line this year, 20 out of 34. He missed one just a moment ago. He gets 2 this time. And the foul shot this time is good. Aggie basketball brought to you by West Motor. Farmers, contractors, business owners. This may be the last year you can take advantage of tax write-offs on a new vehicle. Get $500 below factory invoice on every Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. West Motor Company brings you the game, and he makes both free throws this time. So he's in double figures, and it's 69-51. Utah State by 18. 6:05 to play in the Spectrum against Utah Valley. Marcel down to the right. Shaw pops through again. This time it's Kyle Davis, top of the key, goes back to Marcel. Marcel probes down the left. They're slapping at the ball. They get it back to Medlin. Shot clock at 18. Now Medlin out front. Medlin comes over to the right. Stops, goes low to Shaw again.
There
Shaw underneath the basket. In traffic, puts it in. Wow!
I tell you, he's hot. I tell you, I saw the conversation, the timeout, and he is ready. He's 3 for 3 since then.
71-51.
I love it.
Shaw with 18. 5.5 to play. And double team from the floor. He came up with that one and shot it in. Hunsaker goes in low. Evans hooks it on Shaw and missed it, and Shaw pulls down the rebound. 5:20 left. Backcourt, Marcel slowly brings it up. Aird will be in next dead ball for Utah Valley. Still a 20-point game for USU. So this half, Utah Valley's outscored them by 6 right now. Or make it by 3, I'm sorry. It was 46-23 at the half. So the team, that is a season high in assists, and then they just throw the ball away as Marcel tried to lob it inside. They got their 9th assist, 9th turnover.
A blocked shot. I don't know what that
I don't know
was.
what Marcel was doing.
That wasn't pretty.
Here goes Nelson spinning down inside. He turns, he puts it up short from 10. Rebounded Jared Shaw. Shaw to Marcel, and he'll walk it down again.
Yeah.
All right, across the timeline, Davis with 4:40 left, 71-51. Butterfield on the right.
There
and
we
Enos
go.
bodies into him for the foul. Keve Enos gets his third. That's the 17th foul, so team season high in assists tonight as the Ags have 23 of their 27 baskets assisted. Butterfield has 6, Medlin has 5, Rowland has 4. They're the assist leaders tonight.
Yeah, well, better first half than second. We've kind of leveled off a little in the
But they've finally gone inside to Shaw a little bit. And then Butterfield, best free throw shooter in the conference last year, misses the free throw right there. Still a 20-point Aggie lead with 4.5. 71-51. Enos out on the left. Screen and roll by Aird. They come to Nelson out top. Right-hand side, Hunsaker. Probing into the key. Goes around Shaw. 10-footer on the move. Bank and good. Holden Hunsaker and a timeout for Dick Hunsaker. So here's a 30-second coach's timeout. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. The Aggies lead by 18, 71-53. We'll be back in 30 on the Utah State Aggie Network. Hey, need to get with Columbus Travel. They're putting together a great poinsettia bowl package. If you're headed to San Diego, driving or flying, they can help you with that. And again, to get the package, you can check it out. It's columbusvacations.com. They have a web page specifically. I'm sure you can go to their web page and see that specific web page with the Utah State bowl game information. Work with Columbus Travel on the Aggie bowl trip. And at an 18-point Utah State lead, Marcel Davis brings it up here with 4:09 to play in the ball game. Hands off to Preston Medlin. Gets it back to Butterfield out front. Back it goes to Kyle Davis at the free throw line. Spins in. Goes cross court Medlin. 20 to shoot. Under 4 minutes. Now it's Marcel. Back to Medlin. 17. Out on the right wing. Medlin around it. Medlin goes low. Finds Kyle Davis spinning around and getting hacked in the air. And we'll have a media timeout and then free throws. 2 of them for Kyle Davis coming up. Fouls called on Ben Aird. His second foul. And so it's 71-53 at the last media timeout with 3:50 to go in the Spectrum. The Aggies with the lead over Utah Valley, and the Wolverines just fouled Kyle Davis. And we'll be back in a moment. This is the Utah State Aggie Network. You know, Utah Valley went to China for the preseason. They took 10 of their players over there, played 7 games against pro teams over there.
That's an interesting trip, I'll bet.
Yeah, they did that for the preseason.
Yeah, that's...
And it was an interesting note. Dick Hunsaker took the Utah Valley team in 2007. That's the 6-7 season, the first time the Aggies in Utah Valley played, and we played home and home, and the Aggies beat them twice. That was only 2 of their 7 losses that year. As an independent in Division I basketball, they went 22-7 that year. That was the best independent record since Notre Dame in 1986.
Wow, they got nothing for it, too. I remember that. Yeah.
Well, no, you're not going to go anywhere there. And remember, in their league, they only got the league they used to be in. They get an automatic into that CIT tournament that the Aggies played in. All right, Kyle Davis, and he almost airballed the free throw right there. He's first missed tonight after he'd gone 4 for 4.
Let's see, did he just put his finger up for a windage? I don't think so. I think he just...
Somebody opened the tunnel.
There we go.
They shot that one too hard. Butterfield tried to get it, knocked it out of bounds. They're going to say knocked out by Utah Valley. Aired. So the Aggies get it back, even though Davis misses both free throws. 71-53, USU, and 3:48 left to play in the Spectrum. Of course, hasn't been a really big crowd tonight with the students gone now and all.
No, it's been an entertaining game, though, because the Wolverines came back in the second half and played a little more competitive.
All right, Medlin at free throw line, right-hand side to Butterfield. Butterfield comes over to the right. Davis trying to get free from Garrity under the basket. Medlin over the left, and Marcel will get in shooting the three, and he almost airballed it, and Davis had the rebound, but he didn't jump to get it. It got poked out of his hands.
Yeah, he was standing reaching.
Yep, and now Nelson got it, and he gets it to Garrity front court. Yeah, Garrity was covering Kyle Davis, and Kyle thought he didn't have to jump, but eventually he lost that rebound. Couldn't grab it off the fingertips. Holton Hunsaker out between the circles. 18-point lead for the Ags. Pass it to Nelson, who spins against Davis, tried to get some space, could not get it. Comes back now to Hunsaker, and Davis fouled him reaching in. Kyle's got his third.
You see those two hands reaching like forward? That's just a mistake.
And Sean Harris, who has practiced a little bit more this week, looks like he's going to get in here with 3 minutes to play.
I hope that leg gets stronger because Sean has got some skill.
I see his dad's over there across the way.
Very good, yeah.
Watching. Rockland, California is where he's from. Holton Hunsaker free throw, good. So he's made 4 out of 5. So Kyle Davis goes out, Sean Harris in. Sean is a senior, 6'7". And again, he talks to Zach Nelson because, again, he's from Yuba City, and Sean played basketball at Yuba Junior College, so I'm sure they probably ran into each other in a pickup game or something along the way. Hunsaker both free throws. It's back to 16.
I think they might have saw each other in church.
71-55. Yep, both return missionaries.
Yeah.
Under 3 minutes to play. Marcel to the left. Corner to Preston Medlin, who brings it out of there. Now Butterfield comes around the screen, gets it, pops the pass off to Sean Harris underneath the basket, tried to hit Clifford. The ball went off his hands. Too many passes that time.
And not a good pass, really a bounce pass on the baseline.
Now Garrity drives underneath everywhere and hangs and puts it up, and it hangs around the rim and then go. Ben Clifford knocked it away out here, and it's going to go out of bounds, I think, off the, they're going to get the Aggies. They're going to say Utah Valley knocked it out. Yeah. Clifford did. Ben kept it alive, though.
Yeah, he kept it up once, and I think Ben Aird got it out this way.
Now JoJo McGlaston comes in, replacing Preston Medlin. Jalen Moore came in for Preston Medlin, or for Butterfield. And Nomo Ayau checks into the game, and he replaces Marcel Davis.
Marcel and Preston out. The two little freshman guards are going to finish the next 2.5 minutes.
Garrity goes out for Utah Valley, replaced by Brunel. 2:35 left, as close as they've been, though, in the game since early. 71-55. Vico goes off to Moore, comes back to Vico. 2:25 to play. Comes back to Jalen Moore on the left. A lot of shot clock, 20. JoJo McGlaston out on the right.
You know, I'd like to see him play, not be so, they don't need to run the clock. They ought to go play and try some things.
I don't think they're trying. Here's a 16-footer by McGlaston on the rim. No good. Ben Clifford rips the rebound away. Takes it away from Nelson. Shoots it from 15. Ben missed. Rebound to Aird.
That's not the one I wanted, though.
2 minutes to play. Hunsaker brings it up. He'll go to the basket. Down the right side, and Vico fouled him from behind. So, Vico, Nomoaya gets the foul, and that will be his second. With 71-55 to score and 1:59.
This will get them as close as they've been since a long time early in the first half, Al.
Hunsaker with 19, I believe that's a season high for him. He had a 37-point game in his career playing Chattanooga for Utah Valley. And he makes the free throw. So there he's going to get 20 probably tonight. He is their number 4 all-time leading scorer.
Actually, the Wolverines have played well for the last 23 minutes. That first half was just
slowed it down a little bit at the end of the first half. He makes both free throws, and now he's coming out. And Garrity is in for him. So Hunsaker with 21 points, 3 assists. He made 7 of 8 free throws. Now Ross is in, replacing Zach Nelson. Want to mention Quiznos, again bringing flavor to the people, one of our Aggie sponsors. They have the brand new Italian classics, the Italian meatball and the spicy sausage sub, toasty from Quiznos. Jalen Moore on the right. It's a 14-point lead, Aggies. And a bad pass, Jalen. Picked off Garrity down the right side. He'll go all the way to the basket, put it up, and score, and get fouled.
Hayes Garrity.
Nice collision.
Yep. The Aggies have now turned it over 11 times in the game, and Utah Valley has not turned it over this half.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? You can stop a little bleeding in one area like that and make your team look a lot better. But
Noma Aya got the foul. Vico did his third tonight. and Garrity at the foul line. So they can make it now a 71-60 ball game with 1:44. Garrity has 16 points, 17 with that free throw.
It's an 11-point ball game.
Yep.
Al, that's a good comeback for them. They're not going to win the game, but they are making it nice.
After the Aggies led by 28 in this game. 1:37 to go. JoJo McGlaston, top of the key. He's missed a floating 15-footer last time down. He's waiting for Vico to come get the ball. Gets knocked away, but Vico picks it up. Vico comes with a pass in the corner. Jalen Moore.
Oh, he's there.
Flashing through was Clifford. They didn't see it. They saw it late. Now Vico over on the left side with 1:19 to play, 10 to shoot. Now Vico gets a screen from Sean Harris. Vico goes to work on Aird, pulls up on the baseline, back to Sean with 3 to shoot. Got to get the shot up. Sean Harris does. Hits the rim, doesn't go. Bitch Brunel rebounds. They can take it inside of 10 with a minute to play. Enos down the left. Enos turns around, fakes. Now out front, Ross with the ball. Goes low with the pass. Poked away by Clifford. Grabbed by Brunel. Mitch underneath. Throws the ball away. No, he stepped out of bounds.
Wow,
That's their first turnover of the second half.
Brunel just trying too hard. That's really playing in
back against his old team.
Yeah, he just wants to.
You know, he had about the same game. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists that he had the last time these teams played for the Aggies. But he's 1 for 7 from shooting.
Yeah, really bad shooting night.
11-point game after the Aggies led by 28 in this one. Jalen Moore in the last 45 seconds. Top of the key, waits for No Ma'aea coming around to get the ball. He comes around the left side. Vico does. He drives. He pulls up. 15-footer on the move. Hits the side of the rim. Doesn't go. Clifford had the rebound. Hacked out of his arms. Out of bounds. The Aggies will keep it with 33 seconds left. And now for the first time, Robinson played early.
Yeah, he
checks
got in
now.
the first half for a minute.
So Robinson in. So they haven't used Taylor Brown with a bad ankle, their senior, who hasn't played a lot this year. The inbound
He's
ball
a pretty good athlete.
In the corner, JoJo, three-pointer from the left side, air ball, rebound ball by Clifford. Clifford takes it out of there and throws it to Jalen Moore. Now Vico has it out front with it. Played more tonight than he's probably played in any game this year for the Aggies. 18 seconds to play. Winning team, using team from the Aggie students here, but again, after a 28-point game, the Aggies can run out the clock, and Utah Valley's going to let them. So 71-60 will be the final score in this game. Utah State by 11. They stopped the losing streak, though. Stu Morrill goes to meet Dick Hunsaker at the timeline. So 71-60.
A good little comeback game for the Aggies, really. They cured a few things here tonight and got the kind of the mud off their feet and ready for a 3-game series next week. That'll be really good for them.
They have to play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And again, the matchups coming up there will be against Western Illinois to start with, then Santa Barbara, then Troy. That'll be the order for the games next week.
Yeah,
so
it'll be interesting to see.
71-60 the final score. We'll start our post game in just a moment. This is the Utah State Aggie Network.